You're on Outside the Beltway. I'm John Fredericks, and I'm your blowtorch, your free speech in America. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Great day today. Be at the White House press briefing at 1 o'clock, where I get to stand up in the back of the room. Yay, can't wait. All good. One of these days, I'm getting a seat there. I applied for it again. We'll see how fast the libtard WHCA takes to reject me, even though I've got probably a bigger audience than two-thirds of people in there. That doesn't matter, right? It's all a facade. Look, folks, the math is simple. Every dollar we waste on unnecessary federal supervision is a dollar we cannot use to fight violent crime. The Safer Supervision Act cuts bureaucratic waste and fees, cuts bureaucratic waste. It frees up law enforcement resources to protect families from serious threats. Law enforcement officers across the country and Republicans in Congress agree. This is a smarter way to improve public safety. Stop the waste, protect our communities, fix federal supervision. Visit safersupervision.com to help. That's safersupervision.com to help. Paid for by the Reform Action Fund. Okay, Sherry, Morgantown, let's finish up. What do you think of all this?
Well, I say, I was thinking to myself while I was on hold, how many people who are hardworking people are going to decide, you know what, why should I work hard when all these people get free stuff? And how many people are going to quit their job thinking they're going to get a lot more free stuff? Not people like you and I, because we're working, you know what I mean? We're workers. But I just, like I said, I hope Trump doesn't bail them out, because we need this to fail. It will fail, but we need to send an example. That's my point.
I agree 100%. President Trump is meeting with Zohran Mamdani and the White House on Friday. We just learned that. He'll be meeting with him tomorrow. So we'll see how that meeting goes, and we'll see what the president has to say, what Mamdani has to say. And I agree with the president. I think you meet with him and try to understand what he's trying to do, and find ways that is not going to sink New York City, which is going to happen. So never any harm in meeting people, right? That's the president's style. Right. He'll meet with you and sit down and have a convo. That's what makes him so effective. Sherry, thank you. Thanks for your call, and thanks for all you do in Morgantown. Michael in Canton, Georgia. I think Tim in New York dropped. Tim, if you're there, call back. I'll get you right on. Michael in Canton, Georgia. You're live, Mike.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Great. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I think Trump. I went back and watched that Laura Ingraham interview with Trump, and I think Trump, the first thing he needs to do after all this Epstein stuff dies down, he has addressed that comment about the Zoomers not being talented enough to do certain jobs. That's number one. Number two, with the affordability, he's doing a great job with all the mass deportations, but I guess they're going to open up the aperture, as Holman was said, down the road, probably next year. Number two, the H-1B visas, all he has to do is if these people have been in the country more than 5+ years, they visas need to be revoked, and they need to get out of here, because that's a direct correlation to home affordability. And number three, he needs to investigate BlackRock on why they're buying up all these single-family homes and just renting them out, and they set the price for rent. That's another reason I don't think anybody's talking about. And this is another reason why the cost of homes are just sky high, and nobody can afford them. Because you look at the average cost for a home, if you got an average cost for a home like $600,000, and the mortgage is like, let's just say round about like $4,000, then you have HOA fees and you have a car payment. Who can afford that? Nobody. Not a blue collar, but nobody can afford that. That's just my thoughts on the matter.
You should be President Trump's chief economic advisor in the White House. You should put in for that. Everything you just said, Michael, is spot on. The whole H-1B visa narrative is a disaster from start to finish. And he doubled down on it last night, basically saying our young people are not equipped to do the job. He said it again. Why are they going to vote for him? You don't believe in me, I'm not going to vote for you. Right? I mean, kids playing college athletics, their coach doesn't believe in them. They go in the portal and get out. There's nowhere to go with that. You got to believe in you got to believe in people. And he made the comment. Now, the comment was ill-advised. I don't know if he believes that or not. Certainly his grandkids he thinks are talented. No question. They're all Zoomers. I mean, sometimes you just say the thing, you got to get out of that. I agree with that 100%. BlackRock should be banned from buying all apartments, homes, everything. Ban them. I'm 100% for that. And you get the 5-year extension, H-1B visas out, you're going to get additional housing supply, which is going to drive down prices instead of them being bought by foreigners who shouldn't be here. Everything you said is spot on. Thank you, Tim. Nailed it. Tim's the caller of the day. I'm just typing that in. So hang on, Tim. Tim's the caller of the day. Excellent. Let's see. We got Michael. I'm sorry, I put Tim. It's Michael. Sorry. Tyler, is Mike still on from New York, or is he gone, Tyler? He's gone? All right, let's get...
he's gone. New York is gone. We got Mary So Contrary and Sean.
Okay, Mary So Contrary. Richmond, you're live.
Good morning, John. How are you today?
Never better, Mary. It's always great to hear from you. Always makes my day.
Microphone.
I was listening to your conversation earlier about, I don't know what if it's 6 or 8 of those ex-military people that were telling them do not listen to the commander-in-chief. I have 3 brothers that were in the military and fought in everything that you can think of. And I feel that these 8 individuals, if they are getting any benefits from the VA, the military, any extra money that they're getting for their service, it should be cut right now.
I agree with you 100%. Cut it.
Cut it. They take the benefits of the military, but then they badmouth the military, and they badmouth the president.
You're right.
Who is commander-in-chief? That's their boss.
I mean, it's insurrection.
And cut out all military benefits, going to the VA, all of that extra pension that they're getting from the military for the years that they did serve. And how was their service when they were in the military? Somebody should look into that.
Agreed. 100%.
Good. Okay, I'm finished with that. That really pissed me off.
Mary So Contrary gets pissed off. I like that. Means you got some spunk in you still. You doing all right, Mary?
Everything's going well. Everything is going well. I cannot complain, thank God.
Mary, you have a wonderful...
And you have a wonderful day.
And you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if we don't talk. Call in more often so we know you're okay. It's my
okay, bye-bye.
When you call in. So thank you.
Okay,
Mary,
bye-bye.
For those of you who don't know, Mary So Contrary has been calling into our show for 15 years. That's how I keep up with so many people. You got to call in. And you got to call in when you get a little, mature, just so that I know you're okay, right? Let's get to Sean in Newport News. Sean, military insurrection by the Democrats, basically putting a video saying, screw Trump, don't do what he says.
Yeah, that's a big negative for me there, Captain. In fact, I'm re-enlisting next month where I asked to, I think for the 4th or 5th time, you take an oath to obey the orders of the president. It doesn't matter who it is. And I've worked and served under some presidents who I necessarily didn't agree with and followed orders. And I can give examples of orders I didn't like that I followed because I took an oath. It's so ridiculous. It's a joke. Trump, yeah, complete stage 4 TDS. Uncurable. The reason I called, the H-1B visa thing's been really ticking me off. And I think I told you back in the 90s, I didn't join the military until I was 30, and I worked in corporate America for a while. And I worked for a big corporation. And the entire IT department was like, I'm telling you, it was like 70% Indian. And back then, I didn't really understand what was going on. I knew that they were bringing in workers and paying them less. And, but I was like in my 20s, I didn't really think anything of it. And then you get older and you realize the program's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I have an idea, John. You ready for my idea?
Yes.
All right. So H-1B visas, right? You know those TV meteorologists, like, Wavy 10, you got that bald guy with the big old glasses and the suit?
Yes.
All right. I think we should start importing those TV meteorologists from, like, the really good-looking girls from Mexico and from South America. I think that's where we should be focusing our H-1B visa program at.
I can't say I disagree with that. I think that's a good start. I don't know where they get some of these meteorologists, but yeah, they're not exactly easy on the eyes.
Let's bring in some Latinos, man. And then he'll help them with the Latino vote. Maybe sells the H-1B program that he's pushing. And we can probably come up with some other people that need to be replaced. Just saying, let's get creative with this program.
I say we bring them in to replace the Democrat congressman. I think that would be a good idea. Can't get worse.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, let's bring in a bunch of Indian Democrats and pay them 50%. It'd be great.
Okay, man, you got it. Showing in Newport News on a roll. We got Walter Kurtz. Sorry, Walter, I'm going to get to you when I get back. And we've got Mel from Saratoga Springs. He wants to jump in. We got everybody wants to jump in. Stay with us. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network.